So let's start with the next chapter. Small 2 chapters and one big and important chapter is pending, which we are thinking of finishing it today. Okay, so we'll see. So first, let's come to e-way bill only. Okay, come to page number 190. Yeah, so all of you remember what was e-way bill? Movement of goods, yes, correct. All that we had read, no? While reading invoice chapter, we had read a little bit about e-way bill. Now we'll completely read and understand what is e-way bill. Now what happened now, guys? The reason for e-way bill is there's lots of people. Okay, what they used to do is they used to generate fake invoice. Fake invoice just to forward input. Okay. You remember I told you there are people who don't have any business. Their only business is to generate invoice and give credit to people. They don't do any business. They'll take on GST registration. Okay. When some clients want ITC, they'll simply generate a bill and give. So that guy will get ITC, bogus invoices. Okay. All this problem used to happen before. That's why what they did was they bought e-way bill. In e-way bill, what they are telling is, I'm not talking about supply. I'm not talking about sale. No. Whenever there is movement in goods, movement means literal understanding. When goods move from one place to another place, I want you to generate e-way bill. Okay, just generate an e-way bill that will be on the records. So the records of the e-way bill will be available to the GST officer and in the GST portal. So it will be easy to do the reconciliation. If tomorrow officer is doing any inspection or something, he can easily see the e-way bill and he can match it with sales. Both sales and e-way bill should technically match. More or less, it should match. If it is not matching, then inspector can ask why it is not matching. All that he can do. That's why e-way bill concept came. So whenever there is movement, not supply, not sale, nothing, I'm not using those words. Whenever there is movement of goods, very strong word, goods moving from one place to another for whatever reasons, e-way bill should be generated. Okay, clear? There are some more rules with respect to e-way bills. Let's read that. So for that also we have separate portal only called as e-way bill, this only, www.ewaybillgst.gov.in. In that website, you have to fill one form called as GST EWB 01. That is how you generate e-way bill. Okay, in that portal. Then we'll come back to this later. So when is e-way bill required to be generated? Okay. Now if it satisfies the following conditions, e-way bill is supposed to be generated. First, whenever there is movement of goods of consignment value exceeding 50,000 rupees, the words they have used is consignment value. Okay, very important. I'll tell you why. If it exceeds 50,000 rupees, you are supposed to generate e-way bill. If the movement is happening, see, they have not used the word supply, they have used the word movement. If movement is happening in relation to a supply andre we have read now on section 7, basic supply definition, that supply, okay, not general supply. In relation to a supply, if the movement is happening, generate e-way bill. If it is happening for reasons other than supply, then you are not doing any supply, but still movement is happening. Example, you remember that artwork, exhibition, job work, what is happening there? Supply happens there when the customer accepts or when someone buys the artwork. Till then supply is happening, no, only movement is happening. Even then, please generate e-way bill. To send the goods from your godown till the exhibition, supply is not happening, but goods is moving. Please generate e-way bill if the value exceeds 50,000. Or due to invert supply from a registered person. Then sir. Sometimes what will happen? No, generally, guys, e-way bill should be generated by a person who is causing the movement. Causing andre, who is the reason for the movement, who is causing the movement. That guy is supposed to generate e-waybill. Now say suppose I am supplier and you are recipient. Both are registered people. Who is causing the movement? Me. Supplier is causing the movement. He should generate e-waybill. Sometimes what happens? Supplier will be unregistered. Okay, but you will be registered. In that case, they are telling, in that case, you will be deemed to be causing the movement and recipient is supposed to generate the e-waybill. If both are registered, supplier is the one who is causing the movement, he will generate. But if I'm unregistered, then that guy, recipient is supposed to generate e-waybill. Clear? Any doubts? Then they have used the word consignment value. What did they tell? Consignment value if it is exceeding 50,000. Now what is consignment value? Consignment value of the good shall be value as determined by provisions of section 15. What was section 15? Remember? Value of supply. So whatever value you get as per value of supply when you calculate, on that only GST is calculated. So your value of supply plus declared in an invoice, bill of whatever value is declared in your invoice, bill of supply, delivery challan. Very, very important point. It also includes central tax, state tax, union territory tax, IGST and cess, and shall exclude the value of exempt supply of goods where the invoice is issued in respect of both exempt and taxable supply of goods. It is very important. The one and only place where GST is also included in determining the value. Everywhere in the act it is excluded, GST especially, but this is the only place where GST is included. That means whenever they are telling 50,000, that 50,000 includes GST also. Now say suppose the value of supply is 48,000, including GST it becomes say 51,000. Is e-way bill applicable? Yes, including GST you have to consider the value, not only value of supply like other places. Very important. And it will exclude what? Exempt supply. Okay, shall exclude the value of exempt supply of goods. That means what? Exempt supply? Huh? The exempt supply definition, you remember, three things will come under it. Not only goods exempted under section 11. We read no, that big list. Not only that, exempted goods exempted by government, non-taxable supply like alcoholic liquor and HP man. Then nil rated supply. Nil rate andre their GST rate is, it is taxable supply only, but their GST rate is only 0%. They are called nil rated. Zero rated is exports and supplies to SEZ. That is different. Zero rated and nil rated is not same. I hope you know. So here exempt supply means three things: non-taxable, nil rated, and goods exempted by government. That will be excluded from determining the value of 50,000. Okay, now say suppose I have supplied for 80,000 rupees. Okay, 40,000 rupees is exempt supply. Is e-way bill applicable? No, 80,000 minus 40,000. Remaining is 40. Is it exceeding 50? No, that means no e-way bill. Okay, any doubt still here? Now one small clarification. Okay, you remember bill to ship to model? E-way bill in case of bill to ship. What was bill to ship to model? I know some of them would have gone. A, B, C, three people will be there. Okay, I'll put B here. B is A's customer. Okay. Now B will tell A, please supply me some goods anta. And A's supplier is C. Okay. This guy is in somewhere in Tamil Nadu. This guy somewhere is in Kerala. A is in Karnataka. Now A is supplying to B. C is supplying to A. But since Kerala and Tamil Nadu is geographically near, so what they'll do is delivery happens directly to the place of customer from the premises of supplier. Generally how it will happen, first the goods from C should go to A, then goods from A should go to B. That is how general understanding. But sometimes since Kerala and Tamil Nadu is geographically near, what they did, they asked C only to deliver the goods in the place of B, in the place of B, who is A's customer. This we had discussed, you remember? Where did we discuss? In which point did we read about? In ITC. In ITC where? It was an exception. In ITC, to claim ITC, goods should be received. But in this case, A did not receive the goods. No. Can he still claim ITC? Yes, that was an exception. So that's where we read bill to ship to model. This is called bill to ship to. Now, what about e-way bill in case? Who should generate? Because goods is going from C to B directly. Correct? It is not happening. C to A to B and all is not happening. What to do? Who will generate e-way bill is the question. What? C, because C is causing the movement. But actually A is supplying to B, no. Two way bills to be generated. Because here one supply, here one supply. What two way bills are? Or one e-way bill sufficient? If one e-way bill is sufficient, who is supposed to generate? So we'll see what they have told. So there are two supplies that is happening here. One B to A, one more is A to C. And better example guys, their example is different, okay? Ours is different. Here see, A is the person who has ordered B to send goods directly to C. Oh, illa, nam example. A has ordered B to send goods, correct. Only thing ulta is this here, okay? Not working, huh? Now? Okay. So one invoice will be from B to A, one more invoice will be from A to C. It is clarified that as per CGST rules, for the movement of goods which is taking place from B. Hey, what happened, man? From B to C on behalf of A, either A or B can generate the e-way bill, but it be noted that only one e-way bill is required. So what are they telling? See, goods are being supplied from B to C, no, on behalf of A. So one e-way bill is sufficient. It should be either generated by A or it should be generated by B. Anyone can generate, but one e-way bill is sufficient. Clarified? Any doubts? Correct. If it exceeds 50,000, then e-way bill is required. All of you understood, no? Bill to ship to. What is happening? Either that guy who is sitting in Karnataka, he should generate e-way bill, or the guy who is causing the movement. Who is causing the movement? Supplier of A. Supplier of A is the one who is causing the movement. Either supplier of A should generate e-way bill, or me who is sitting in Karnataka should generate the e-way bill, and one e-way bill is sufficient. Okay. Any doubts? Done. Who causes movement of goods? If supplier, very important guys. Why it is important to understand who is causing the movement of goods? Because they are the ones who are supposed to generate e-way bill. If supplier is registered and undertakes the transport, the movement of goods is caused by the supplier. Generally, supplier is the one who is causing the movement of goods. If recipient arranges transport, then movement is caused by him. Sometimes what will happen? I will come. My shop is there in, say, Mysore. Okay, I will come here to Bangalore. I'll purchase some goods. Okay, from all the suppliers that is there. Okay, I'll purchase. I'll take the goods, and now I'll whatever goods I've purchased in Bangalore. No, that I will put it in one Tata Ace and I will send it to Mysore. Now who is causing the movement? Supplier. Recipient only is causing the movement. No, in this case, he is the guy who is supposed to generate the e-way bill. Okay, basically the guy who is causing the movement should generate the e-way bill. Generally, supplier sends the goods to recipient. No, that's why generally supplier is the guy who is causing the movement and he is the one who should generate the e-way bill. In these cases, where recipient is arranging transport and he is sending to Mysore, then in that case, who is causing the movement? Recipient. He will generate e-way bill. If goods are supplied by an unregistered supplier to a registered recipient, then who should generate e-way bill? Then they have told the movement shall set to be caused by such recipient, and if the recipient is known at the time of commencement of the movement of goods. In that case, where supplier is unregistered and we are registered, me being the recipient, I will generate the e-way bill. Clear? Basically, the idea is what? Who is causing the movement? ಓಕೆ, ಯಾರಿಗೆ? ಹಾ, ಹಾ, ಹೌದು. ಇಬ್ರು ಅನ್ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ಡ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ನಾನು ಹೆಂಗ್ ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿ? ನೀವು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೋ ಬಿಟ್ರೋ ನನ್ಗೆ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ವಿ, ಬೆಟರ್ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ಡ್ ಗೈ. ಸಿ, those who are registered under GST, they are the ones who are generally coming under GST law. Okay. Now, unregistered person, if he's not registered under GST, he'll be not knowing anything about GST law. That's why what we are telling is, now what he will tell supplier, sir, I'm not registered under GST only. I don't know. That's why I've not generated e-way bill. That's why what we told is, okay, if you're purchasing from unregistered supplier, no, then I assume that recipient is causing the movement. Okay, registered is the guy who is coming under GST law. Unregistered, we don't know where that guy will be there. Today he'll be here, tomorrow he'll be there somewhere else. I cannot track him. Whom I can track? Registered people. That's why I'm giving this responsibility to registered person if you are purchasing from unregistered supplier. Again, now the question comes is, sir, like your question, sir, unregistered person cannot raise e-way bill at all. He can. If he wants, he can. Okay, but government gives this responsibility to registered recipient because who he can track. And unregistered ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಏನಾರ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತಾ? ಅದೇ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ಡ್ ರಿಸಿಪಿಯೆಂಟ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಏನಾರ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. So government gave this responsibility to registered recipient if the supplier is unregistered. But anyone can raise e-way bill. You and me also can raise e-way bill. Okay, no problem. Still a compliance. Special situations where e-way bill needs to be issued even if the value of the consignment is less than 50,000. Now, under below circumstance, what they are telling is, even if the value of consignment is less than 50,000, you are supposed to mandatorily generate e-way bill. So, what are those cases? Interstate transfer of handicraft goods by a person exempted from obtaining registration. Where handicraft goods are transported from one state or union territory to another state or union territory by a person who has been exempted from registration. The e-way bill shall be generated by the said person irrespective of the value of consignment. All of you remember section 24 of registration. Whenever interstate supply is happening, automatically compulsory registration. But one exemption we had. For handicraft goods and for supply of services. Supply of services is not relevant now. For handicraft goods we had exemption. What exemption? They'll get the threshold limit of that 10 or 20 lakhs. Remember, they'll get the threshold benefit for handicraft people. Correct? That means they're exempted from registration. No, though they were liable, later they were exempted. They are telling, if you are exempted there under compulsory registration, then whatever interstate movement you are doing, no, handicraft people, for that, irrespective of the value of 50,000, I want you to generate e-way bill, is what they are telling. From a registration, I exempted you, but generate e-way bill. Okay. See, I gave exemption only till 20 lakhs. What if this guy does all the cash transactions only? That means he'll never come to GST registration only. Because how will I prove his turnover exceeded 20 lakhs? If it comes in bank, I can prove, officer. If it is not in bank, and mostly in Kadakai percent other stuff, they'll give cash only. So what they did, okay, registration and all, I'll exempt till 20 lakhs. But whatever is happening, no, you show that in e-way bill. Let me see how much you are doing. If it is up to 20 lakhs, okay, take exemption from registration. So I'm tracking this guy here, the handicraft people. Okay. A unique enrollment number shall be generated and communicated to the said person or any unregistered person opting to generate e-way bill for the purpose of generating e-way bill. Now this guy, just now we have exempted him from GST registration. How to track? GST registration is there, I can track him. But just now I told he's exempted from registration. How to track? They will give him something called as unique enrollment number to this guy. It is not a GSTIN. GSTIN is our 15-digit number which we have seen. Some identification number called as unique enrollment number, just to track him. So how much goods he has made, how much movement has happened. To track him, I'll give one unique enrollment number under GST. Okay, it is not a GST registration. Where else we have read this unique enrollment number? Where? In compulsory registration under ECO, we have read this. Under invoice also, we read where that warehouse or transporter will be given one enrollment number. Okay, because for them also we have told to maintain, not invoice, accounts and records. Because for warehouser and transporter also we have told to maintain some records. And for them we have given one unique enrollment number. Because they are, if they are not registered, if they are registered, however, we have GST registration, no need of enrollment number. Okay. So when it is compulsory, e-waybill, irrespective of value. That means even if it is 20,000, for 10,000 if they are doing interstate movement, then e-waybill. See, very important, they have used the word interstate. Intrastate, no need. If that guy is doing intrastate supply of handicraft goods, no need of e-waybill. Interstate, we need. Now say suppose this handicraft guy is registered and he is doing interstate. The value of supply is less than 50,000 rupees. Is he supposed to raise e-waybill? Huh? I'll again tell you, it is interstate. This guy is registered. Who? Handicraft guy is registered. Okay. Value of supply is less than, value of consignment is less than 50,000. Is e-waybill supposed to be generated? Sure. Huh? It's interstate only. Now again we'll see the word. Interstate transfer of handicraft goods by a person exempted from obtaining registration. Okay. Now is he a person exempted from obtaining registration? What? For some other reasons, if he has taken registration, means he is liable for registration, then he is not exempted. That means 50,000 limit will be applicable. Hello? If he is completely exempted, only under that clause, then only this rule is applicable. Irrespective of 50,000, generate e-waybill. For whatever other reasons, if he has taken GST registration, then e-waybill provisions applicable normally. Okay. But as part of compliance, what will we do? All the handicraft people or handicraft goods, we will generate e-waybill irrespective of value for compliance purpose. Understood? All that you leave, what one thing you have to remember is interstate movement of handicraft goods made by person who is exempted from compulsory registration. Who was exempted? You remember, generally interstate is compulsory registration, but handicraft people were exempt. Those people who are exempt there, they are supposed to do e-waybill compulsorily irrespective of 50,000 rupees value. That's all. If you remember this much, more than enough. Clear? Done. Next. What are the information to be furnished in e-waybill? So an e-waybill will be filed in which form? GST EWB 01. What all information? There's two parts. Okay, to e-waybill. It is part A, part B. Okay. In part A, what will I do? I'll give details of GST of the supplier and recipient. I will give the details of place of delivery. I'll also give the details of document. Document means that we read now. Tax invoice, bill of supply, delivery challan, bill of entry. Bill of entry we have not read only, no? What is bill of entry? Guys, this bill of entry comes in the case of customs, import of goods. Okay. Whenever you import the goods and when you pay custom duty, you get a document called as bill of entry. So that based on that also you can claim ITC, because while paying custom duty also you will pay IGST. For import, IGST is applicable. Okay, that for that IGST you can claim ITC by using bill of entry. We have read in section 16 ITC. Okay. Then what all? Date, value of goods, HSN code, reasons for transportation. That means you have to tell, is it for the reasons of supplier? Is it for reasons other than supplier? All that information you have to give. All this should be given by a registered person who is causing the movement of goods which is exceeding 50,000 rupees. All that information you'll give in part A. Then what happens in part B? In part B, nothing else. All the required information we have given in part A only. Then what is there in part B? Only transporter details will give. If I'm causing the movement of goods from A to B, of course, I'll be having one transporter. Okay. In part B, I will give transport details. Okay. So transport details means transporter document number. That guy would have given one receipt, no, for enabling the transporting. That's called goods receipt. So that goods receipt number you give in part B. Then if you are transferring via railway, then railway people will give railway receipt number. If you are transporting via aeroplane, they'll give airway bill number. Bill of lading in case of ship. Aita. So all this number, transportation details, you will give in part B. Is clear? And vehicle number. I hope you know vehicle will be having one registration number in front of it. You know, one board will be there. Plate, number plate. That number also you're supposed to give. But tell me one thing. Okay. Now say suppose there is one Sharma Transports guy. Okay. You will transport your goods from Bangalore to Mumbai via Sharma Transport. You'll be knowing transporter details and the transport document number, GRN, that and all you'll be knowing. You'll put it in part V. Registration number you'll be knowing. Via which vehicle this goods are going, all the details they'll give. I don't think everyone will give. So what to do? How can I put that? I know these details which I'll put in part B. What about registration vehicle? He'll tell you that also. Hey, I'm sending your goods via this registration vehicle and all. No, you'll come to know about it much later when goods is actually delivered to transporter. That guy, while he's allocating, he would have given it to one vehicle. Okay, but we will generate e-way bill when? After the movement started. No, much before you give it to transporter, you will generate e-way bill. First you generate e-way bill. Okay, then you will give the goods to transporter. When you're generating, you don't know the registration number. It is the problem. What to do? What to do for this problem, we'll do it. You'll see it later, what they have told. So technically, since all, I'll tell it now only, since technically that information is not known by us who is causing the movement, transporter will only update part B for us. Clear? Because we don't know what is the registration number. So transporter guy will only update part B. That's why I have told, see, to be furnished by the person who is transporting the goods. Who is transporting the goods? The transporter, Sharma Transport. So part B will be generally filled by Sharma Transports people. Okay. Next. Now one more technical question should come. Sir, in my e-way bill portal, I have generated part A, done. How will he get access to my portal in part B? How can he continue my form? That is the transporter ID. Now what I'll do is when I generate part A, okay, along with all the information. How did you know that? Who told? Hello, who answered it? How? You have generated e-way bill. Okay. So in part A, when you fill all the part A, one more thing what will give is transporter ID. That's what we read here in the start. I told you I'll discuss later, no? Transin or transporter ID. For all the transport, the Sharma Transports people, we have given one transporter ID. Okay. While furnishing part A, I will give transporter ID and I'll assign the part B to him. Later, Sharma Transporter can go to his portal. Okay. Whoever has assigned their e-way bills, he can see it in his portal via transporter ID. There he can continue the part B and give transportation details also. Now the e-way bill is complete. Understanding? Part A we filled and part B we assigned it to transporter via transporter ID. Later transporter will fill the part B details, all the transportation document number and all the vehicle registration details will be given by transporter in part B. Clear? Done? However, information in part A may be furnished by the transporter on an authorization received from such registered person. Sometimes what happens now, guys? Now if there is a company, Yarrabiri transportation will be happening. Okay, every day goods are dispatching. Okay, now what business will be having time to generate e-way bill every time because they have other works to do. So what they can do is, normally what happens? Part A is filled by supplier, part B is filled by transporter. No, what this company can do is, part A also it can give authorization to transporter to generate e-way bill. Okay, you can say to transporter, hey, whenever my goods come to your premises, no, you only generate e-way bill, both part A, part B, and dispatch the goods. For that, I should give authorization to the transporter. That means approval that I have given the authority to him to generate the e-way bill. And one authorization you have to give. If that is given, transporter can also generate part A of the e-way bill. Clear? Or by the e-commerce operator or courier agency where the goods to be transported are supplied through such an e-commerce operator or courier agency on an authorization. Sometimes these eco people and courier people will be there. Okay. Eco means what? Flipkart. Okay. I'm selling my goods via Flipkart. Flipkart is taking care of delivery. So what, every time I should wait for that guy, a supplier, to generate e-way bill. E-commerce will be operating on their terms. Whenever they want, they'll deliver, depending on their delivery availability and all that stuff. Now, shall I wait till this guy generates e-way bill? Flipkart. No. What will Flipkart do? It will receive an authorization from supplier. Hey, on behalf of you, we will only generate e-way bill. If that authorization is received from the supplier, then e-commerce and courier agency people can only generate e-way bill on behalf of that supplier. Okay, part A I'm talking about. Part A can be generated. Clear? Once the consignor or consignee enters all the details in part A of e-way bill, a part A slip is generated which contains a temporary number. This slip can be shared with the transporter or used by the supplier himself later to enter the details in part B of e-way bill and generate the e-way bill. Once the goods are already ready for the movement from the business premises, transportation details are known. The user can enter the part B details and generate the e-way bill movement for e-way bill for movement of goods, and e-way bill can be generated only after entering the details of part B. Understood? I enter part A. The moment I enter part A, one temporary number will come. Okay, I will wait for transporter people to give me the registration number and other stuff. Okay, if they give within time, I only put this temporary number and I will enter the transportation details. If they are giving it late, then what I can do? I can either, whatever temporary number I got, no, this temporary number, I'll give it to them. They will update the part B. Okay, generally this thing only will happen. I will give them the temporary number. They will update the part B of the e-way bill. If I will come to know, then I can only update the part B by using this temporary number. This is the number I use to access the e-way bill portal for the part B of the form. Clear? Now, same thing, same point is coming again. Who is required to generate e-way bill? Now here we have dealt a little more detailedly. Where the goods are transported by a registered person. Okay. Okay, you only tell me, you already know. When goods are transported by registered person, who is supposed to generate the e-way bill? Who? The registered supplier. No, same thing, because he is the one who is causing the movement. So when it is transported by a registered person, then the said person shall have to generate the e-way bill. Good. I am the one who is causing the movement. Supplier will generate the e-way bill. Where the e-way bill is not generated by the registered person and the goods are handed over to the transporter for the transportation of goods by the road, the registered person shall furnish the information relating to the transporter in part B on the common portal, and the e-way bill shall be generated by the transporter on the set portal on the basis of the information furnished by registered person in part A. So what will happen here? I am a registered person. I have delivered the goods to the transporter, but I have not generated the e-way bill. Then they are telling transporter should generate the e-way bill and commute the goods. Okay, generally registered person was supposed to do. He was supposed to fill part A. Okay, he'll get one temporary number, and when he receives the transportation details, he has to fill the part B, or transporter can fill the part B. This was supposed to happen, but they are telling if registered person did not generate, then transporter guy only should generate the e-way bill and cause the movement of goods. Second liability is towards transporter only, Papa. That guy is transportation. That is his service. Now he is also taking the liability of generating e-way bill on behalf of his. ಇದು ಬೇರೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಅದಲ್ದೇನೆ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರೋ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಲೆಕ್ಕ ಬೇರೆ ಇಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. Papa, this guy is just giving transportation service. All this extra complaints he has to do. Papa. When the goods are transported by railways or by air or by vessel, till now we were talking about road. If it is transported via railway, air or ship, then the e-way bill shall be generated by the registered person only, still the supplier, who shall either before or after the commencement of the movement furnish the information in part B. So guys, here only we got this point. Earlier in case of road, they very clearly told e-way bill should be generated before the movement of the goods. In case of road, e-way bill should be generated before the movement of the goods. But for railway, air or vessel, they are telling e-way bill can be generated. Guys, when can I say that e-way bill is generated? When the part B of the e-way bill is completed. Then only I can say e-way bill is generated. Say suppose you have generated only part A and the transportation details is not yet put. I cannot say that e-way bill is generated. So for air, railway and ship, they are telling e-way bill can still be generated even after the commencement of the movement. For road, this is not applicable. Before only it should be generated. Okay. But for air, ship and one more is railways, it can be generated after commencement also. But before the time it reaches, your e-way bill should be generated. Okay. Before the time it reaches, it should be there at least. But after the commencement of movement, still you can generate e-way bill, no problem. Where the goods are supplied by an unregistered supplier to a recipient, then who is supposed to generate? You already know, recipient who is registered is supposed to generate the e-way bill. Important point. Where the goods are transported by railways, there is no requirement to carry e-way bill along with the goods. One more important point. I think you'll be knowing, anyways I'll tell. Once you generate e-way bill, no, part B is also done, you'll get one document. This document along with the invoice, along with the goods, you'll be having invoice, delivery, challan, something. Along with that, e-way bill also should be there, what you generated. So when the goods are getting transported, officer will check. Okay, he'll check whether e-way bill is generated. How will you know whether e-way bill is generated? Only by looking at that e-way bill document. So he will check. If e-way bill is generated for the sufficient value, he'll ask you to go. If you have not generated e-way bill, then penalty and other stuff and all will be levied. Clear? Now they are telling, now tell me one thing. Normally if the goods are going by road, are you supposed to carry e-way bill? Yes, but they are telling when it is going via railway, no need to carry e-way bill along with the goods. It's okay. Even if invoice is there, sufficient. No need of e-way bill. But railways has to carry invoice or delivery challan. Invoice or delivery challan should be there in case of railways. But e-way bill, not required. Further, e-way bill will be generated for the movement is required to be produced at the time of delivery of the goods. But e-way bill should be given when? When you are taking delivery, from place A to place B, goods has come via railways. What they are telling is, you can start the commencement. Okay. In case of railways, can you generate e-way bill even after commencement? Just now we read no. Even after commencement or before commencement, e-way bill can be generated. Is e-way bill supposed to be carried along with the consignment? No. But invoice should be there. Okay. But later, when it reaches place B, by that time e-way bill should be generated and that e-way bill should be produced. Then only railway people will give you delivery of the goods. If e-way bill is not there, they will not give delivery of the goods. While giving delivery, you should show. But along with goods and all, no need to send e-way bill and other stuff. Clear? But while delivery, it should be there, you should produce. Then only they will give you delivery of the goods. All of you? The registered person or the transporter may at his option generate and carry the e-way bill even if the value of consignment is less than 50,000. Like voluntary registration, this is voluntary e-way bill. Say suppose consignment value is less than 50,000. You want to generate e-way bill because you're a very good person. If you want to do that, you can do. We don't restrict. Even if 20,000 is the consignment value you want to generate, you can generate. Voluntary e-way bill, like voluntary registration. Where the movement is caused by an unregistered person, either in his own conveyance or a hired one or through a transporter, he or the transporter may, at their option, generate the e-way bill. Now say suppose I'm an unregistered guy. Okay. I took goods from Bangalore. I have a shop in Mysore. I'm an unregistered person. I took all the goods here in Bangalore. Then one e-way bill, one Tata Ace I booked, and from the Tata Ace I've put all the goods that I've purchased in Bangalore. I'm sending it to where? Mysore. Now who will generate e-way bill? Huh? No, I'm telling you. In this case, guys, when I took Tata Ace, is he a transporter? No, I have only hired Tata Ace for my, don't take that, leave that example. I have my own Tata Ace. I'm an unregistered supplier, I have my own vehicle. So I came to Bangalore, I took all the goods from everyone in Bangalore. Via that Tata Ace, I'm taking my goods back to Mysore. Okay, now tell me who will generate. Now this guy is unregistered. Supplier cannot, because supplier supply got over the moment he delivered the goods. Did he deliver till Mysore? If he had delivered till Mysore, I would have generated e-way bill. He just gave it there. He delivered it then and there. Okay. Now he is the guy. Who is the guy causing the movement? Unregistered. Now the guy who purchased. Okay, I am the one who the Tata is guy. I am the one who have purchased. I am the one who is causing the movement. But the thing is, I am unregistered. What to do? The thing is, if you're an unregistered person, no. If the value is exceeding 50,000, technically law is telling to generate the e-way bill. You have the option to generate the e-way bill. So he, at his option, can generate e-way bill. Who? Me, who came in Tata is, who purchased all the goods. Okay, I can only generate e-way bill. Say suppose I am the guy who purchased everything in Bangalore. Okay, now I am sending these goods to Mysore via transporter. Not Tata is. Transporter means Sharma Transports. I gave all the goods to Sharma Transports. Now Sharma Transports are transporting my goods from Bangalore to Mysore. Now they are telling either the unregistered person can generate e-way bill, or that Sharma Transport guy can generate the e-way bill for the goods traveling to Mysore. If transporter is there, transporter can also do. If transporter is not there, then unregistered person who is causing this movement may, at his option, he can only generate e-way bill. That option is also available. Okay. You're understanding this example, how it is different from normal. In the normal example, what is happening? The supplier is only supplying goods from Bangalore to Mysore. In that case, movement of goods is happening. He will only generate e-way bill. Good. Here, what is happening? No. I have come from Mysore myself to Bangalore. I purchased the goods here only like a normal guy. Now I bought all the goods. Now all the goods I'm sending to Mysore. In this case, what to do, Anta? Now the movement of goods is caused by me, not the supplier. That supplier gave the goods then and they're gone. I am the one who is causing the movement. In that case, if I'm unregistered, at my option I can generate e-way bill. If I'm using transporters, then transporter can generate e-way bill. Clear? When it is not mandatory to furnish, and one more thing, one different you have to understand is, taking goods transport service is different than taking the service of hiring a vehicle. Now I'll take one Tata Ace. Okay, I'll take that Tata Ace on hire. I will use it for one day, and rent I will pay it on kilometer basis. Tell me, is it Sharma Transports, or have I hired the vehicle? Hired the vehicle. Now tell me, in case of hiring a vehicle, will that guy who gave me that vehicle on hire, is he a transporter as per e-way bill provisions? What do you think? No, that guy just gave me the vehicle on hire. I am the one who is using it the way I want. So I am concerned with e-way bill. He will not be considered as transporter. In case of Sharma Transports, where I am giving the goods to his premises to deliver it to Mysore, and I am not taking any vehicle on rent. He will transport it in the vehicle he wants from Bangalore to Mysore. That is transportation service. We are talking about those transporters here in e-way bill provision. If I take a vehicle on hire, that is hiring service. Who is using that vehicle? Me, the way I want. So in that case, the person who gave the vehicle on hire is not considered as transporter. Understanding the difference? He just gave me vehicle on hire. Is he giving transportation of goods service? No, I am using the vehicle the way I want. So I am the person concerned. I have to generate e-way bill if I am causing the movement. That guy is just given vehicle on hire. He is not giving transportation of goods service. But Sharma Transports are giving transportation of goods service. He is the transporter that we are talking here. When it is not mandatory to furnish the details of conveyance in Part B. In e-way bill, there were two parts. No, Part A, transportation details in Part B. So in the following cases, no need to fill Part B. That means if you fill Part A, it is sufficient compliance. It is as good as furnishing e-way bill. Only in these cases. What is that? E-way bill is valid for the movement of goods only when Part B is furnished. Exception is the details of conveyance may not be furnished in Part B if the goods are transported for a distance of up to 50 kilometers within the state or union territory. So they are telling if that movement that is happening, no, if it is less than 50 kilometers and if it is happening within state, then no need to furnish Part B. Furnishing of Part A is sufficient compliance. That means it is as good as e-way bill is generated. from the place of business of the consignor to the place of business of the transporter for further transportation, or from the place of business of the transporter finally to the place of business of the consignee. Okay, in the state territory from the place of business to the transporter. Okay guys, it is, let's discuss here. Okay, now what they are talking about, specific case here. Say suppose I am transporting goods from Bangalore to Mumbai. Okay, and the value of consignment is rupees, say 90,000, and this guy is a registered person. Is e-way bill provisions applicable? Yes, value of consignment is exceeding 50,000. So of course, whenever the movement is happening between Bangalore to Mumbai, 100% e-way bill is applicable. About that I'm not talking. Clear? What they are telling is, now I am in Bangalore, no? In Bangalore, say suppose I am in, now we are in Jayanagar. Okay. Where is Sharma Transports? Sharma Transports will be somewhere near, just for example I am telling, somewhere near Sarjapur. Okay. I am in Jayanagar. Sharma Transport is there in Sarjapur. Now first, from Jayanagar, goods should go to Sarjapur. Who will send these goods? Supplier will send it to transporter's place. No. From transporter's place, the goods will be taken to Mumbai. Yes or no? Now the question is, when the goods are being transferred from Jayanagar to Sarjapur, the goods are still more than 90,000 rupees only. Here also movement of goods is happening. In the provisions, did they tell any kilometer limit? No. Movement of goods is the words that they have used. When the goods are being transferred from Jayanagar to Sarjapur, do you think e-way bill should be generated? What do you think? See, as per reading the bare provisions, okay, as per reading the bare provisions, nowhere they told that you're not supposed to generate e-way bill for shorter distance. So technically from Jayanagar to Sarjapur also have to generate e-way bill, no doubt. But guys, imagine, ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟರ್ ಹತ್ರ ಹೋಗೋದಕ್ಕೂ ನಾನು e-way bill ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತಾ? It is a crazy complaint. That's why they have given this benefit here. They are telling, if the distance between Jayanagar, that is your place of business, till the Sarjapur, that is transporter's place of business, if the distance between those two is less than 50 kilometers, no need to file part B. Andre part A file ಮಾಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ transporter place ಕಳಿಸಿ. If it is less than 50, if the distance between Jayanagar and Sarjapur is more than 50 kilometers, then part A, part B both should be filed for Jayanagar to Sarjapur. Again from Sarjapur to Mumbai, one more e-way bill should be generated. Clear? All of you? If it is less than 50 kilometers, Jayanagar to Sarjapur, only part A is sufficient, no need to file part B. Okay. Same point here. The goods will be delivered to Mumbai. Of course, this is also covered by e-way bill, no doubt. Okay. This is also covered by e-way bill. Now, not coming. Now from Mumbai, he'll deliver the goods. What in Mumbai? They'll deliver the goods in Mumbai, they'll keep quiet. No. From Mumbai, it should go to recipient's place also. No. Say suppose in Mumbai, we are in Andheri. From Andheri to any other place, you know, many things are there. Dadar. Okay. Say suppose the recipient's place is in Dadar. Okay. From Andheri, they'll take the goods to Dadar, where the recipient is actually there. Again, I have to generate one more e-way bill from Andheri to Dadar. They are telling from the place of transportation till the place of recipient. If the distance is less than 50 kilometers, part A is enough. If it is more than 50 kilometers, part A, part B. Again, one more e-way bill should be generated from Andheri to Dadar. Aita. If less than 50 kilometers, only part A is sufficient. If more than 50 kilometers from Andheri to Dadar, both part A, part B should be again generated. Any doubts, sir? ಏನೇನೇನು ಯಾಕೆ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಬಿ ಫೈಲ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಎ ಫೈಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಗೈಸ್ ಇನ್ e-way bill there were two parts, part A, part B. Whenever I am telling less than 50 kilometers, I am not telling you to not to generate e-way bill. In e-way bill, part A and part B is there. If the distance is less than 50 kilometers, no, just to generate fill part A, that will be sufficient complaints. That is the normal provision. Part A, part B, when both are completed, then only it is said that e-way bill is generated. But this is the exception to the rule. They are telling if it is less than 50 kilometers, part A madadruno, we'll consider it is completely generated. And that is the exception. Generally, that is correct. Part A, part B, both should be filed to say that e-way bill is generated. Okay. You have to generate e-way bill. Yes, movement ತಾನೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಗೂ movement ಆಗ್ತದೆ. e-way bill should be generated for coming back also. Okay. Anything else? Why laughing, madam? Anything? No. So understood the exception, all of you? So if it is less than 50 kilometers from the place of supplier till the place of transporter, part A is sufficient, no need to furnish part B. Generally, both part A and part B should be furnished to say that e-way bill is generated. This is the only exception. If distance is less than 50 kilometers, part A is sufficient, no need to generate part B. It will still be considered as e-way bill generated. All of you? Next, transfer of goods from one conveyance to another. Now one more problem happened here. Now everything is okay. We are sending goods from Bangalore to Mumbai. Okay. Now sometimes what will happen? Goods will go from Bangalore to Mumbai in one conveyance. That means in one vehicle. Okay. Sometimes what will happen? This transporter guy, for whatever reasons, from here till border of Karnataka, he'll arrange one vehicle. From Maharashtra border, from Karnataka border to Maharashtra, he might arrange another vehicle. It is his wish. No, he is the transporter. His responsibility is what? Transport the goods from Bangalore to Mumbai. What he has promised that he will transport in one conveyance only. Whatever his convenience is there, based on that, he will do. Now say suppose when it is going from one place to another place, the goods are getting shifted from one vehicle to another vehicle. What to do is the question. Because in transportation details, in part B, what did we give? Vehicle registration number. Now when you shift it to another vehicle, vehicle registration number changed. Then e-way bill also should be updated, no? So about that, what they have told. Where the goods are transferred from one conveyance to another, the consignor or the recipient who has provided information in part A or the transporter shall before such transfer and further movement of goods update the details of conveyance in part B. They are telling before shifting the goods, alva, transporter can only update the vehicle registration number of the new vehicle. Both can update. The supplier, the person who causing the movement, the supplier, he can also update, or the transporter can also update the vehicle registration details of the new vehicle that he is shifting the goods to. Technically, tell me who will update. Will the supplier be knowing to which vehicle he shifted? No way. So of course, transporter, when he shifts the goods, he will only update in the part B saying that the goods are either shifted to another conveyance. Guys, the moment he gives vehicle registration number of the first lorry, that is from Bangalore, which lorry took, no, he will give that registration vehicles and he will generate that details of the vehicle of that, so details of that vehicle he will give, and he will generate part B of the e-way bill. E-way bill is generated. But even when it is generated, we have an option to give the registration number of the other conveyance to which the goods are shifted. Okay. And this updation will be done by transporter. It can also be made by supplier also. Okay. Transporter also. They can change it in part B. Okay. Why have they given the word supplier then? Because say suppose when the goods are going from Bangalore to Mumbai, say suppose I am transporting the goods in my own vehicle. Tata is my own vehicle. In my own vehicle, I am transporting the goods. Okay. While going, what happened? Something happened. Now I am shifting the goods from my vehicle to his vehicle. In that case, who will update part B? Me only, no? In my case, there is no transporter only. So I will only update part B saying that the goods are shifted from this conveyance to this conveyance. If I have given it to transporters, then transporter will update to which conveyance next it is shifted. Clear? Next. Consignment of goods may be required to be transferred from the original conveyance due to unforeseen exigencies like breakdown. In such case, the transporter transferring the goods from one conveyance to another in the course of transfer shall before such transfer and further movement of goods. Guys, same thing. What is one more reason why the goods will be shifted from one conveyance to another conveyance? Say suppose the current lorry which is going to Mumbai, that got breakdown. Something accident happened, something happened, it is not, we are not able to transport the goods. Then what will we do? Shift it to another conveyance. Then who is supposed to update the part B? Transporter. Same thing. Same thing they have told. Next, in some cases, consignments are transported by transporter through transshipment using multiple vehicles, same mode of transportation, for carrying the same consignment before it is delivered to the recipient. Hence, for each movement from one place to another, the transporter needs to update. Sometimes, same thing, guys. Same thing. Still, we are in the same thing. Okay. Sometimes transshipment will happen. Transshipment means same goods is going from Bangalore to Mumbai. It can either go from Bangalore to Mumbai in one vehicle or three different vehicles or two different vehicles. Depends on transporter. Okay. If it is shifting the goods from one conveyance to another conveyance, transporter should ensure that is also updating the registration number. Same thing. There can also be a case where one e-way bill can go through multiple modes of transportation before reaching destination. As per the mode of transportation, the e-way bill can be updated. Same thing, same point. Assigning the e-way bill number to another transporter. Now, very important. Till now, what was happening? Transporter was the same guy, but conveyance was different. From one lorry to another lorry to another lorry it was going, but all these lorries belong to Sharma Transports only. So Sharma Transports was the one who was updating the registration number every time it shifted the goods from one conveyance to another conveyance. Now one more situation will happen. Say suppose your goods are going from Bangalore to Mumbai. Till Karnataka border, one transporter will take care. One transporter, Sharma Transports. From Karnataka border to Mumbai, another Manoj Carriers will take care. Okay, in this case, what to do? Till now, when the goods were shifted from one conveyance to another conveyance, transporter was same. So that guy updated the details. Here, transporter is only getting changed. Ayyo, what to do? So what will happen now, guys? From here to Karnataka border, Sharma Transports will take. While shifting the goods from Sharma Transports to Manoj Carriers, what our transporter, Sharma Transport, do is he'll go to his portal. Okay, he'll take the transporter ID of Manoj Carriers. He'll assign the e-way bill to Manoj Carriers. From now on, Manoj Carriers can update the e-way bill if he wants. Okay, what did transporter do? Transporter assigned the e-way bill to Manoj Carriers using the transporter ID of Manoj Carriers. Now Manoj Carriers can edit the part bill. That means if he's shifting the goods using his conveyance, then he can put his conveyance's registration number in part B of the e-way bill. That e-way bill only. E-way bill is still same, guys, which I generated much before when the goods was in Bangalore. Okay. But whenever something happens, transporter is supposed to update, no? Now, till now, the transporter was Sharma. If something happens, how will Manoj Carrier update if I've given Sharma's details in part B? So that's why what Sharma is doing. Sharma further transport, assigns that e-way bill to Manoj Carriers. Now Manoj Carriers can also edit the same e-way bill. Understanding? Now he will do. Say suppose now Manoj Carriers is shifting the goods from one conveyance to another conveyance. Who will edit the e-way bill now? Manoj Carriers will edit the e-way bill if he is transporting the goods via different vehicles. Understood? Any doubts? No. Consolidated e-way bill. This is not available for everyone, only for some people. After e-way bill has been generated, the transporter may, guys, for transporter, one thing we told, if you remember, if sorry? Okay. If registered person is supposed to generate e-way bill, he will generate. Good enough, no problem. But if registered person has not generated the e-way bill, then who is supposed to generate? We discussed this. Transporter was supposed to generate the e-way bill. What now? Tell me. For transporter, what only one guy will be there as supplier or as consignor? Many people will be there, and there are chances that many people have not generated e-way bill for whatever reasons. Now government told if they have not generated, you transporter, You generate the e-way bill. Now imagine there will be so many consignments. For everything, he'll keep generating e-way bill. 1, 2, 3, 4. What it has to do the transportation service or not? And that too, I told you, if the goods are going by road, then e-way bill should be transferred before the movement starts. And until he finishes the generation of all the e-way bills, he cannot start movement also, problem. So that's why for transporter people, we have given the benefit of generating consolidated e-way bill. That means for all those consignments. Okay, transporter, only for transporter, not for others. Transporter can generate one consolidated e-way bill. Okay, for all the goods, and that he can carry along with the consignment. Later, if inspector asks, he can show this consolidated e-way bill. For him, it is allowed. For others, they have to do it separate. For transporter, we have given the benefit. Papa, it is not his liability only to generate the e-way bill, but still he is doing. Again, why give him the, problem of generating each and every e-way bill for each and every consignment? So for him, we are giving this benefit. Further, one more point is there, where the consigner has not generated the e-way bill in one and the aggregate of the consignment value of the goods carried in the conveyance is more than 50,000, the transporter, except in case of transportation of goods by railways, air and vessel, shall in respect of the interstate supply generate the e-way bill in form GST EWB01 on the basis of invoice or bill of supply as the case may be, and may also generate a consolidated e-way bill in form GST EWB02. Very important point. Now what they are telling is, I am the transporter. The consignor has come. No, his goods consignment value exceeds 50,000. He was supposed to generate e-way bill, but he did not. They are telling you, transporter guy, you are only supposed to generate e-way bill, but it is very difficult to carry all the e-way bills one by one. So we have given him the option of consolidated e-way bill. That means all the e-way bill he can carry it via only one document. No need to carry all the e-way bills. One consolidated e-way bill he can carry. That only he can show to the officer. And one more thing they have told, in respect of interstate supply. That means they are telling, if consignor has not generated e-way bill, then who is supposed to generate? Transporter, only in case of interstate. In case of intrastate, no need. I thought that liability does not come. Understood? And this guy cannot carry all the e-way bills. Very difficult. That's why we have given him the option of carrying consolidated e-way bill, and the form of consolidated e-way bill is called GST EWB02. Main e-way bill form is GST EWB01. Now one more question. Now transporter, when I said consolidated e-way bill, okay, what I am telling is, this guy transporter will generate and put the details in EWB01, but while carrying, will he carry all the e-way bills? No, he will carry one consolidated e-way bill in GST EWB02. But is he supposed to give information of all the consignments in EWB01? Yes. In EWB01, information should be given for all the consignments. But while carrying, he cannot carry all the e-way bills. So he can carry one consolidated e-way bill in EWB02. You're understanding? I'm not telling you're not supposed to generate. Transporter is supposed to generate. He has to give all the details in EWB01. But only thing is, no need to carry all the e-way bills. He can carry one e-way bill, one consolidated e-way bill. That is the benefit I'm giving. Clear, all of you? However, the generation of form GST EWB02 is optional and not mandatory. Guys, EWB02 is optional. That consolidated e-way bill, if you want, you can generate it and take it. If you're ready to carry all the e-way bills, then you can still carry and take it. Your wish. Okay, it is optional. So this point we have already read. However, where the goods to be transported are supplied through an e-commerce or courier agency, then the information in part A may be furnished by such e-commerce operator only. We have already discussed now, if authorization is received, then e-commerce operator can only generate e-way bill. That option we still have. Information submitted for e-way bill can be used for filing GST returns. Ababa, see the link. For whatever goods should have generated e-way bill, no, that can directly come and sit in GSTR1. ಅಬ್ಬಬ್ಬಾ ಎಲ್ಲೂ ಮಿಸ್ಸೇ ಆಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದೇ ಬಂದು ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. Just you have to press the button file. Okay, because all that invoice number, everything you would have already given details in e-way bill, no. So that only will come and sit in GSTR1. So your filing of returns will become easy. So that is what they are telling. Next, cancellation of e-way bill. Now, say suppose you have generated the e-way bill and then you decided, ayayo, these goods are not going only from Bangalore to Mysore. Then what will you do? That e-way bill you can cancel. Once if you have generated, if you think that goods is not moving from one place to another, then whatever e-way bill you have generated can be cancelled. So what is that? When you have to cancel? You have to cancel within 24 hours of generation of the e-way bill. ಈ ಡೈಲಾಗ್ ನ ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಕೇಳ್ದಂಗಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ. Invoicing generally it was 24 hours. For e-way bill also, the cancellation can happen within 24 hours. Okay, same thing. However, an e-way bill, this point also was same, if you remember. However, an e-way bill cannot be cancelled if it has been verified in transit in accordance with the provisions of 138B. This is also same dialogue from e-invoice. Remember, 24 hours, within 24 hours, their e-invoice can be amended. Here also within 24 hours, e-way bill can be cancelled. But one exception is when the goods is going from point A to point B. Say suppose if the officer comes in between, he verifies the invoice and e-way bill. Later he cannot cancel. Same point we discussed, remember, why? Or else people would have played like anything. Simple alva. Goods transport ಆಗೋವರೆಗೂ e-way bill active ಇಡೋದು, ರೀಚ್ ಆಗಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಡಿಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡೋದು, ಅವಾಗ GSTR1 ಗೂ ಬರಲ್ಲ. Correct, no? Good idea, no? Whenever it is transporting, generate e-way bill. The moment goods is reached, cancel the e-way bill. Then it will not come to GSTR1 also. Everyone would have played. That's why they are telling e-way bill can be cancelled only within 24 hours. Later you cannot cancel, first of all. And within this 24 hours also, if the officer has already verified, then even if it is within 24 hours, you cannot cancel e-way bill. That means say at 18th hour, inspector checked your e-way bill, okay, while you are going through the road. Then even though it is 18 hour, can you cancel the e-way bill? No, because that guy verified. After verification, not possible. Okay, verification has not happened in between, you have the time limit of 24 hours. Within 24 hours, you can cancel. After 24 hours, you cannot cancel e-way bill. Gone. Whatever is there, is there. Further, the unique EWB number generated is valid for a period of 15 days. What is this unique EWB number? Guys, the moment you filed Part A, one number came. Correct, no? Using this number, you can update Part B. Either you can update if you know the transportation details, or you can give this number, assign this number to transporter. So transporter will access the e-way bill details and he will update the Part B. Remember, that number to update Part B will be active for 15 days. Within 15 days, you can update Part B using that temporary number. After 15 days, damar, you cannot do it. Next, we'll see the validity period of e-way bill. Guys, once you generate e-way bill, for what period it is valid is the question. If I unlimited validity ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಓಡಾಡ್ಸ್ತಾನೆ ಇರ್ತಾನೆ goods ನ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. So we have to give one validity period. Okay, so we'll see what is the validity period for e-way bill. So they are telling if the distance is within, first of all we are talking within country only, India. If the distance is up to 200 kilometers, then 1 day is the validity. 1 day in cases other than over dimensional cargo or multimodal shipment in which at least one leg involves transportation by ship. So guys, generally validity is 1 day. Okay, you keep, we'll come to the other part later. And for every 200 kilometer or part thereof, it is one additional day. That means 1 day, guys. For every 200 kilometers, 1 day. Aitha, tell me, for 600 kilometers, what is the validity? Guys, when I say distance, the distance between Bangalore and Mumbai, from place A to place B where you are causing the movements, no, that distance you have to take. If the distance is 600 kilometers, validity is 3 days. If it is 550 kilometers, 2.5. Hey, they have told, no, it is 200 kilometer or part thereof. That means even part will be considered as full. That means even if it is 550, 200, 200, the third part is 150. That 150 will be considered as 200 only. One full day will give. 401 kilometers. Validity 3 days only. Even if it is one, it's okay, gone. I will give you the benefit of full 200. So 3 days is the validity. For 400 it is 2 days. For 401 it became 3 days. All of you clear? If it is over dimensional cargo or multimodal shipment. Okay guys, multimodal shipment means goods is going from one place to another place, not by one mode of transport. Via road, via air, via water. More than one mode of transport it is using. Not only road, water, air, and then it is reaching location B. And they are telling it involves one leg involves ship. Andre, when I told no, it is going from place A to place B, it is using road, air, ship and all we are telling. No, out of that three, one should be compulsorily ship. Then only it will become multimodal transport. Say suppose from place A to place B, it is going via railway and via road and via air. Is it multimodal transport? No, they are telling out of that multi-modes, one mode should be ship. Then only I will call it, GST will call it as multimodal transport. Understanding? If it is multimodal transport where one leg is ship, or if it is over dimensional cargo means you know, while you are going via this highway, okay, there will be this very big trucks will be there now, like too long. You'll be like amazed, very big. Okay, they are called over dimensional cargo, very big trucks, like literally very big. Okay, for these two, you know what we are doing is this 200 kilometer we made it 20 kilometers. That means for every 20 kilometers I'll give you validity of 1 day. There it was 200, no, here we are giving it for 20. Why? You only tell me, you know the logic. Guys, what? That big lorry can reach very fast. Of course it will take its own sweet time. And when transportation involves multi-modes, will it reach earlier? No, of course it will take time. That's why for both those, for these two people, we have given the benefit of more validity period for lesser distance. For 20 kilometers only we are giving one full day. What? There for one day validity we are considering 200 kilometers for normal transportation. For this big transportation, for every 20 kilometers we are giving 1 day. So that means if the distance is 41 kilometers, it is what? 3 days. If it is 40, 2 days, same thing, part thereof. Now, E 1 day, when I am saying 1 day, how is that calculated under e-way provisions is very important. ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ 1 day ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮಂಡೇ ಇವತ್ತು ನಾಳೆ ಟ್ಯೂಸ್ಡೇ ಡನ್ ಹಂಗೆಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅದೇ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸೈಕ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. Okay, see here. So what is they have used is date means the date on which e-way bill has been generated, it's coming now, is generated, and the period of validity shall be counted from the time at which the e-way bill has been generated, and each day shall be counted as the period expiring at the midnight of the day immediately following the date of generation of e-way bill. ಅಂದರೆ ಅವ್ರು ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾ? Okay, this is 1 day and this is next day. Okay, ಸರ್ ಯಾಕೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಡೇ ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ? ಅದು ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ, ಅದು ಜಾಗ ಸಾಕಾಗಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೂ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಲಾಜಿಕ್ ಹುಡುಕ್ಬೇರಿ. ಓ ಇದೇನಿದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಡೇ ಇಷ್ಟು ದೊಡ್ಡದಿದೆ, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಓ ಇದೇನೋ ಅಸ್ಟ್ರಾನಮಿಕಲಿ ಏನೋ ಆ ಥರ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ, ಜಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಸೊ 2 days ಆಯ್ತಾ. ದೇ ಆರ್ ಟೆಲಿಂಗ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಜನರೇಟ್ ಇ-ವೇ ಬಿಲ್ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಡೇ at any point, okay, and say suppose the kilometers is less than 200, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವ್ಯಾಲಿಡಿಟಿ ಏನು? 1 day. That 1 day ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಂಡ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಕಾರ? ಇಲ್ಲ, no, e-way bill provision is telling that 1 day will get over here, even if it is generated here ಆಯ್ತಾ. this part will not be considered. ಇದನ್ನೇ ನಾವು 1 day ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗಾ? will take the next day as 1 day. This period will not take. Okay, say suppose now I'll tell you the distance is less than 200 kilometers. That means validity is 1 day, and I have generated this e-way bill on say 6 p.m. of 25th September. When will my validity get over? Yavaga? Tell me the date. So it will get over on 12 p.m. 12 a.m. Sorry. 12 a.m. ಅಂದ್ರೆ next day ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ ಸರ್ 11:59 p.m. of 26th September. All of you understood? Next day ಇದು ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ 11:59 12 o'clock ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ next day ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ ಆಯ್ತಾ. when will 26th end? 11:59 is the last thing. So if you generate on 6 p.m. of 25th September, the validity of 1 day will get over on 11:59 of 26. Technically, how much time did you get? 1.5 day you got, no? But still, validity period was 1 day because this day I will not consider. I'll consider it from the next midnight. Aita? Ultano agbodu. Say suppose, now you tell me, same thing, less than 200 kilo, you're writing it down, no? Right. ಏನ್ ಸರ್ ಇ-ವೇ ಬಿಲ್ ಜನರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಇವ್ರು ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದೆಲ್ಲ ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಏನ್ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆನಾ ಲಾ ಕಂಪ್ಲೈನ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ? ಬನ್ನಿ ನನ್ನ ಗೆಳೆಯ ದನ್ನ ಸಾರ್ ನೋ. ಓಹೋ. Okay. Next and all is chill only. This is the one important part from your exam also. This is what they ask. The validity of e-way bill. Okay. Done na? Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Now one more question I will ask. Now I will generate the e-way bill on